one else around us. We have the Gospel Fans Club. I don't care what they say, be ready to be with us. Bro Friends. Sister Carl and Bro Tony with us for the show. We don't care how it looks, we just happy to be here. We don't care how it feels, let's go on Sam X Radio. We don't care how it feels, let's go on Sam X Radio. We don't care how it feels, let's go on Sam X Radio. But have God and we feels good. Our choice is just contagious.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Gospel Fans Club, where purpose meets power and your story becomes your strategy. This morning, this is more than just a show. You know, this is a moment to pause, a moment to reflect, and a moment to read into your pulse check. And so because in a world that celebrates position, God is calling all of us into purpose. And so this morning, today's conversation is going to be for the person who looks successful on the outside, but knows there's more on the inside. And y'all, I say it almost all the time, but not every time. I'm super excited to have this person on the show. We're excited to have them, and I'm going to let you know who they are shortly. However, hold on. I should have done this sooner. But you know what? We thank God. There it is. I have it here. All right. The person that I'm about to introduce you all to is a Massachusetts estate planning and real estate attorney with over a decade of legal and real estate investment experience. She is the founder of, I pray that, I'm probably going to butcher it, but I pray that I can get it right. Anasike Law?
Pretty close.
There you go. Okay.
Pretty much got
All
it.
right. Where she helps individuals and families protect their assets, navigate real estate transactions, and build long-term wealth through thoughtful legal strategy. Before launching her firm, Amara has worked in the office of the General Counsel at Boston Children's Hospital and has served as an assistant attorney general in the healthcare division at the Massachusetts Attorney General's office. Amara has been featured on Boston 25 News, Chronicle on WCVB Channel 5, NBC 10 Boston, and quoted in the Boston Globe. She brings a unique blend of legal policy, and investor experience to conversations about legacy planning, property ownership, and financial empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, I am excited, I am elated, and I am super, super stoked to introduce to you all Miss Amara Anasike. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That
guys,
was nice.
I'm excited.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're here. Guys, we thank God for you being here, for accepting our invitation. So earlier at the top of the month, I hit up Amara. I was like, hey guys, hey, I'd like to bring you on the show. Mind you, we talked about bringing you on the show last year.
Yep.
And in the conversation, I'm like, you know what? For Women's Month, I think having someone like Amara on the show would be great. It would be helpful. And I'm glad you're here. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be here. What an introduction.
I'm
Amen.
honored,
I receive
guys. Guys, just so you guys know, I'm sitting next to a celebrity.
Oh,
just
stop.
so you guys know, I'm sitting next to a celebrity.
That is hilarious.
She's gonna tell you that's hilarious, but I hope you guys heard the intro. Like, if you listen to the
God be the
bio,
glory.
you know, so you wow, 10 years. I'm not gonna ask your age.
Don't ask my age. I'm like 25.
I'm not gonna ask your
I'm like
age.
25.
It's okay.
It's
Listen.
like, I'm just kidding. I'm proud of my age.
Listen. Majority women are not. So therefore, we learn to stay within the boundaries of, keeping the private thing private. So
Okay.
we're honored today to sit with a woman who embodies transition excellence
Oh,
and legacy.
I like that transition.
Yeah, because
That's a good one.
reading your bio, I'm like, hold on.
I just switch it up.
She worked at Children's, and how?
That's funny.
And then to know you, to watch your story. If y'all don't know, she's probably gonna tell you herself too. Amara is very fashionable.
Oh, okay.
Very fashionable.
All right, I got it from my mom.
Just so you guys know, so don't get it twisted.
Okay.
She looks like she's
I did
but
not
she
pay
be
him.
stepping.
I didn't pay him.
She didn't. I don't get a check for this, just so
Right.
y'all know. So listen, we're gonna dive right in.
Okay.
Right. So Amara, before the titles, before the accolades, who are you at your core?
Who am I at my core? I would say a child of God.
Okay.
I would say somebody that God has revealed himself to.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my favorite scriptures are talking about how he knit us together in our mother's womb.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was younger, I probably wouldn't say that. I would say I'm, a Nigerian American. I'm born in Boston, raised in Cambridge.
Mhm.
But honestly, all that stuff really doesn't matter.
Right.
I guess, beyond, I am loved by God.
That's
And that's probably who I am at my core.
At your core.
Now, do I think Nigerian jollof is better than Ghanaian jollof? Yes.
Listen,
Shots
that's
fired.
a war that
I'm just
I'm
kidding.
not getting into.
I'm just kidding.
All I know is I love me some jollof rice. So
I'm just kidding. It's love. I was just
to all my Ghanaian, I did not start this. I just want to let you guys know, please don't shoot me. She said it. And so that's a beautiful thing. That's a powerful thing, as a matter of fact, because so often people meet the title but not the person, right? Because there's a lot of people who you meet and they're like, I'm attorney such and such, and you gotta address me by this. You meet people who are doctors and they're like, oh, I'm Dr. such and such. I'm like, but you're human.
Yes, we are.
And so, what originally drew you into law?
So my dad's a lawyer.
Okay. So
it's probably nature and nurture.
Okay.
Nature and nurture. So my dad is a lawyer, and anytime he's also a Nigerian man, like an Igbo man. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Obviously, the stereotype, Nigerians, we have to be doctors, lawyers, engineers.
Yep.
Nurses, maybe. You know what I mean? Those are kind of the things that they allow.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
And I was a rule follower.
So
I was
you
a
were
rule
you were
follower,
with it.
and I was like, okay, my dad wants me to do this. He would tuck me in and say, "You will be a lawyer. You will practice law." And so that's one thing.
Mhm.
I think just in school, I was better at writing, reading, persuasive argumentation, things like that. But people would always say, "You're going to be a lawyer. You're always arguing." Yeah, they would say that. So words are powerful.
Very.
And so, I would say it was a combination of just being a rule follower and seeing my dad. And anytime I was with him and somebody would upset him or something, he'd be like, "I'm gonna sue." I thought that was so funny. I'm like, I want to sue people.
That's hilarious.
But he would always sue people, but he would say that, which I thought was hilarious. He's a funny guy.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pop for making for instilling in you, what is I'm glad you follow rules, because I was the one who didn't follow the rules.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I follow my parents. It's weird. I followed what my parents. I wanted to see my parents okay, you're good.
Okay.
At school, I would get into stuff. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Now, was there a moment where you felt like this is not just a career, this is a calling? It no longer becomes I'm following what my father wants, my parents want, but I this is a calling, because I get to. Most people get into something and they're like,
Oh.
but like others get into it and then they're like, oh, this is actually a calling, not just like a job that I get up and go to every every day. So what was there a moment where you felt like this is more than just a career for me?
Yeah. And I would say anything we do it unto the Lord. So whether it's your job or whether you're a parent, a sibling, whether it's a hobby, like God wants to use all of what we do, all of our skills, our talents, our time. So it's definitely something I have to remember now and again. But the Bible and the kingdom of God is very legal.
Very.
So half the time I'm doing something legally oriented and he is just talking to me like, this is how my kingdom operates. Okay. Like the legal field is very particular about words and what they mean and how they're defined and how to get something to work and not work. And so if you want your sins forgiven, we need the blood of Jesus. Like that's a legal requirement for the forgiveness of sins.
You know what?
No, it's true. It's like, it is. Like, people might want to be forgiven because they say, I'm a good person, I'm this, I'm that. You go and tell a judge, I'm a good person, I'm this, I'm that. That judge, he or she, does not care. What is the legal requirement for
your forgiveness?
Exactly.
My God.
So it's the same thing in the kingdom of heaven. Like, you want to be forgiven, you got to believe on Jesus and follow him and trust in the blood. So when I'm doing legal work or, I've worked in government, it reminds me of God. He says we are his ambassadors. That means you literally have a political job. You've been sent out from a nation to bring heaven onto earth. And so when I'm working, like for instance, I used to work to try to get different legislation passed. And we had a strategy to do that. Like, we would build coalitions. So it's the same thing in prayer. One person can chase 1,000, but two
can put 10,000 to flight.
It's the same thing when you're trying to get a law or policy changed.
Jesus.
Like, you're trying to do it as one person. When this matter impacts the whole state or the whole nation or a whole, even if it's on a local level, if you want to change a municipal law, you going in by yourself is great. You are a constituent, but you going in with a coalition is much easier to change the king's heart or the mayor's heart or so God will be talking to me. I'm literally in a strategy session with people trying to change policy and law, and he's like, why won't my people do this? Why don't they sit and strategize and say, how are we going to implement heaven on earth?
Wow.
So anyway, that's sort of like, but you could do that with, Jesus used every single sort of example to demonstrate the kingdom of heaven. You could be a gardener and see like, oh, I'm doing my purpose in this. Like, even just studying a tree, like, do you know what I mean? And the root system and the seed. And no, it's true, right?
Listen,
and you're thinking about foundations.
I'm not disagreeing with it.
So don't think just like a lawyer is a calling and that is separate from. So I don't necessarily, I feel like God has sent me to the fields that I'm in. But even if he sent you or someone else to different fields, there is, I think, a kingdom analogy and role in work.
My God. Y'all, we just started the show and she's already hitting the pulse check moment that we're that like I'm over here like well, let me guide it, but I guess you could take over. Well, since she took us into the pulse check moment, our first pulse check moment of the day, let me ask you this. At that stage of your life, what was your internal pulse saying to you? Were you aligned or were you just like moving? Did you feel like you were just moving as like time progresses?
I think hindsight is always good. So, because I'm very decisive and I move, and my number one prayer right now is patience. Because I'm like, that's like a 4-letter word to you, girl. Like, okay, like I need patience. So for me, God is merciful to me.
Very.
I will say, and he's had to correct me and things like that. But I would say I probably moved And then look back and say, oh, God was listening to me. I thought I was making those decisions, but like God is when he would meet me in those situations where he's saying, no, this is why you're a lawyer, or this is why you're working in government. That's when I'm like, oh, I am in alignment. Like sometimes I find out after the fact, and I'm learning to try to, consult beforehand and be like, David, who would ask, like, shall I go? So I would say that. I do think there are knowings. When I switched from the Attorney General's office to Boston Children's Hospital, or back, it's funny because I was there twice. I knew God was like, go. Because I tried to go a year earlier and he said, don't.
He was like, nah, that's not happening today.
No, you need to learn a lot more before you go back. I did. I don't know why I thought I could leave when I thought I could, but he was like, you have a lot. Wow. So I'm glad I stayed.
We love it. We're gonna come back to that.
Okay.
About the working at the Attorney General's office and working at Boston Children's. But before we do, for those of you that are tuning in, that are just now tuning in with us, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, well, not Instagram, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok, well, my Instagram is on, I forgot. I would suggest that you guys go to semxradio.com, and we are live on our website and also on YouTube, Semx Radio, and on Facebook, Semx Radio Station. I also did send you the link so you can share it if you'd like. Also, and we're taking calls today. The one thing we're not doing today is that, I made it known that we're not doing legal advice.
Ooh.
And unless
you pay me.
Unless you sign on the dotted line and she's getting paid, I'm not there for that. And so as we go throughout our time here, I would invite you all to stand with us, help us make an impact, because here at the Gospel Fans Club, we are in partnership with PreCAF, precaf.org, which is our priority care foundation, which we're calling on you to help us uplift the communities and spread hope through faith and through action. Just $50 a month could help us expand our outreach and support families in need and amplify the voices that inspire change. So if you would answer the call on your screen right now, you'll see the Zelle, which is 857-504-4041. And also the QR code to scan. If you're watching on your TV screen, you can scan the QR code and it'll take you straight to the giving of our Priority Care Foundation. This year, we look forward to having, back to school drives, food pantries. We're partnering with a lot of people to be able to do what the Lord has called us to do. And with that, we look forward to your support and your help. And if you have questions, like I said, if you have questions, make sure that you're not looking for legal advice, but basic questions, we are here to answer them. 857-504-4041, 857-504-4041. And we're getting back to the show. I'm sorry. We're getting back to the show. Now, before we took our little break, you spoke about going back to children's. Now, you've worked in some of the most respected institutions. Because, working at the Attorney General's office and working on the Boston Children's Hospital Legal Counsel?
I worked in the General Counsel's office.
Okay, in the General Counsel's office.
I was also in the Government Relations Department.
See, there you go. Places that I've worked at Children's, and I've never even known.
We were coworkers.
We were coworkers. I never even knew where those offices were, because I was working I was seeing the patients,
okay,
and
that's more important.
I was handling patients so that they don't attack anybody.
Yeah.
But now, what did those environments teach you? I'll let you pick, because I would say, what did you learn from the Attorney General's office? But I'll let you pick.
okay, both environments, as you said, very respected.
Mm-hmm.
And I was young. I was, the youngest of my team in like both teams, like in
Okay.
terms of one of the lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got to learn from like the brightest minds
Mm-hmm.
in the legal field. So that's one. And I learned how I honed my craft as a lawyer. I learned about, so that's the good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I learned my craft.
Mm-hmm.
I learned professionalism. What else did I learn? I learned the things that I don't love that I learned.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. You'll learn a lot of those.
Politics, like, because these are like, let me say, especially at the Attorney General's office, do very important legal work, but it's also in like a political sphere. And so I was at the Attorney General's office during the first Trump administration.
Jesus.
And so Massachusetts Attorney General, very liberal, progressive, and Trump administration, very conservative. I don't even know what you want to call it. It's very conservative, but it's, and I know the thing is, just because someone is, okay, so we were constantly suing the Trump administration. I learned a lot about, multi-state litigation. I'll just say that. It was just a lot of politicizing like legal frameworks.
Okay.
And one thing I felt is that just because someone is a Democrat or a Republican doesn't mean that they're always right or they're always wrong.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, let's stop playing games here.
There's always two sides to the coin.
Yeah, they're not always right. They're not always wrong. One side's not evil. Or I feel like, let me say, there are evil things that happen.
Yes.
So I don't want to take that away. But I felt like, okay, there's a lot of song and dance, and it's like what really matters.
And you got to figure out which dance partner you want to dance with.
I'm with the Kingdom of God. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not with any of those dance partners. I'm with the Kingdom of God. But, people work within systems and tools to get things done. So I get that as well.
Well, you kind of answered my next question. You answered that and my next question, because I was going to be like, what did you see behind the scenes that most people don't understand? But you broke that down for us. And so my next question would be like, did you ever feel like you were operating in purpose or just fulfilling expectations?
I think we always are operating either in purpose or completely out of alignment, which is like, it's black or white.
Yeah.
And it's not always perfect. How we do that. But yeah, I would say I was operating in purpose. This was a time period. There's a lot going on personally in my life. So I've been married before. Okay. Went through a divorce. Okay. And it was around this transition from the Attorney General's office in Boston. Yeah. Okay. And so I feel like I said, the legal field is very much like kind of an analogy for the kingdom of God. And so I felt like I was learning tools in the natural and in the spiritual. I was like, okay, this is how I need to pray. This is how I need. So I don't know if that answers the question. Does it?
In a way it does, because your response pretty much says that you were walking in purpose.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So great.
Okay.
Now that's something new that I did not know, that you were married before. And I'm gonna throw this hook in there.
Okay.
How did you handle, as a lawyer, the divorce portion?
Yeah, as a lawyer, I mean, I have a lot. Like I said, my dad's a lawyer, so he was my lawyer.
so he handled
everything.
He handled it.
Thank God. No, seriously, because going through that,
Mhm.
that's a huge. God hates divorce
Mhm.
for many reasons.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is it decimates, like it takes, like it's very hurtful on
Mhm.
obviously your children. I don't have any
Okay.
yet. Amen.
Praise the Lord.
But like it's financially detrimental, it's
Mhm.
emotionally detrimental, spiritually, all of those things. So thank God I didn't have to pay an attorney.
Yeah.
My dad,
because your attorney was
yeah,
in house.
that's so expensive. Like that's literally just expensive. And again, I told you, God told me not to leave my previous job. Yeah, but right before this happened, He told me to move. And I started making like double what I was making before. Thank God. Because like I was on my own now. I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this?
Transition,
but thankfully that happened. Again, so was I in purpose? Yes, because He told me to move. And that was how I was able to financially handle that separation. So legally, Dad handled it, thank God. Financially, God provided. Spiritually, like I was praying like never before, and I was upset. Like,
yeah.
It's funny. I wasn't necessarily angry at my ex. I was angry at God.
Ooh, you know what? Okay, all right. Because not too many people. If people I've met people who say, oh, I was so angry at him or at her, and they did this to me and they did that, and it's like, okay. And so when you meet people who are like, I was not angry at them, I was angry at God, and that takes a different turn and a different different emotional toll. So for those of you that are listening, learn something. I'm learning something here.
Okay.
Now, how with all of that going on, right? You're transitioning from one job to the other, transitioning from being one with someone to now being one with yourself and
Jesus.
God. How do you stay true to who you are in environments and in transitions that may not have been built with you in mind?
Oh, that's a good question. Can I fix the cliffhanger though?
Go
Because I
ahead.
said I was angry with God, and
Go
I'm not
ahead.
angry with Him anymore.
Go ahead. Listen,
Can I-
at least I know you're not angry with him.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
But yes, go ahead.
So, and I said I was praying like crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm praying, but I'm like, how can you be up there in heaven where it's like gold and roads and streets and angels singing and elders casting their crowns and just like in like perfection while I'm down here suffering? Like, what kind of I was like, this is kind of sick and twisted, to be honest. Like, because you knew this was going to happen.
Right.
And I prayed beforehand. I fasted beforehand.
Ooh.
So what, like there was a dichotomy here. So you're up there enjoying. And he asked me, he was like, I'm up here. I sent my son. Like, what do you mean I'm up here? Like, he suffered more than you're suffering.
Hello?
Like
Ooh.
he was like, let this cup pass from, like, I don't want to do. So I was like, that's when I really understood Jesus. Like that's when I understood Him in a deeper level.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wow, I'm so glad God knows what it's like. Because I was starting to feel like you're just watching me out
going
here.
through this. Like
you're supposed to be father.
So you
and my earthly
okay
father
this?
was not okay with how I was treated. He was like, we gonna sue him for everything. I was like, no, we don't. So I'm like, Heavenly Father, I don't need you out here. Like, but anyway, that was when I was like, oh my God, I felt so much peace after He like revealed that to me about Himself.
Yeah.
Like He's not Himself, but Him and Jesus are one, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, cliffhanger over. Now I can answer your question about like being in spaces that weren't necessarily
built with you. And how did you stay true to who you are, being in spaces that may not have been built with you in mind?
I really relied on like and I hate to say that because these people are like amazing human beings. I look up to them. I'm not them.
Mhm.
Sorry. I'm not them.
Mhm.
But like Daniel in Babylon. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if y'all
That's a good one.
Story.
That's a good one.
But he was in exile. Okay, he was in exile. And he's basically working under the like a crazy
administration.
King. Like, yeah, like crazy King Nebuchadnezzar.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow he's still excellent. Somehow he's still respectful to that king.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow he does not compromise. There's a lot of opportunity to compromise in the world. I think we all have those opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would look to him. He's one that I really appreciated. Obviously, Joseph is another story in scripture where I'm like, how did he do this?
Yeah.
Like,
because Joseph went through it.
Yeah, he went through it. And how did he make it in Egypt?
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So
finding favor and all.
Yeah, in jail and being accused and
my God,
all this other stuff. So I really I love scripture, and I'll sit with it and get encouragement from people like that, who can be in those environments and still be true to themselves, be true to the word. I definitely fall short.
Hey, we all have.
But I try, and I feel like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. When we come back, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk deeper we'll go deeper into something, where we talk about your pivoting in life, so we'll be right back. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna allow our guests to stretch her legs, stretch her wings, because first I'm gonna tell you this offline. I'm gonna say this offline.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say this offline because I told you I'm not gonna put your business out here.
Good. Thank you.
We'll be right back, guys.
We proclaim that's a great day has come. We proclaim everything gonna be alright, folks, on that show. On the gospel fence. On the gospel fence. We proclaim on the gospel fence. Everything gonna be alright, folks, on that show. On the gospel fence. When no one else around us, we have the Gospel Fans Club. I don't care what they say, be ready to be with us. Bro, friends. Sister calling, bro told me, with us for the show. We don't care how it looks, we just happy to be here. We don't care how it feels, let's go on Samex Radio. We don't care how it feels, let's go on Samex Radio. We don't care how it feels, let's go on Samex Radio. But have God and we feels good. Our choice is just contagious. Be happy. But have God and we feels good. Our choice is just contagious.
What I'm saying? And we are back. We're back with the amazing Amara. Yo, your name, your initials are really double A.
Yeah.
Wow. We're back with Miss Amara. Help me how to say Anasike. See, there you go. See, I was close.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
We're back with Amara Anasike from Anasike Law.
Yes.
So we talked before we went on break. We talked about how you stayed true to yourself, true to who you are in environments that weren't built with you in mind. Because sometimes we confuse access with assignment.
Mm.
And so just because, I've seen it and I've experienced it myself, just because you're in the room doesn't mean you're supposed to stay there. And that taught me a very very hefty lesson. Very, very, very hefty lesson. And so, like I said, now that we're back, let's talk about the pivot.
Okay.
You walked away from what most people would call stability into ownership.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was that moment like for you internally? Because I know people who's like, yo, she walked away from a great job to doing what? And so, talk to us about like, what was that like internally? Was there fear or like, what did you have to learn to let go of? Because we know that, you speak from the perspective of a child of God. And so talk to us about what was that like walking away from that into ownership?
I would say that it's a process. It's not just like one moment at all. And you can do multiple things at once while you're building. So everything takes faith. Even staying at a job takes faith. You have to believe that this is where you're supposed to be. But if you have a vision for more and you don't move toward that vision, that is a risk that you're taking as well. So I think people find stability and things that aren't as stable as they think they are.
Right.
So yes, you're getting a bi-weekly check, which is a blessing. But people get laid off of job. Right. I mean, it's not as if it doesn't happen all the time. So anyway, I feel like don't think your stable paycheck is like Christ is the firm foundation. Like it's not Christ. Okay. Like it's not. It's not. It just isn't. It's a blessing and you should steward it. So that's one. So two, I think it was, what is my plan for ownership? How can I think that it's in Ecclesiastes, it says have like 7 streams of income. Why not 8? Like, I think it says that because it says you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. So that's my mindset. It's not I'm leaving one for the other. Right. It's I'm diversifying and I'm trying to understand various streams of income. Yeah. So that's where I got into real estate investment as well. So that's a stream of income. Yeah. Right. And so that's why I did the Airbnb. But I was scared. I was scared because I was like, oh my God, this is a lot of money. Like, this is a lot of money. Yeah. Like, this is a lot of money. No, to
emphasis
invest, like,
on this is a lot of money.
No, and I'm just like, oh my God, Lord, like this is a lot. And the enemy was like, it's just you now. You know what I mean? I was like, Lord, is my covering coming to do this with me? No, seriously. I was like, anyway, God is my covering. But I was nervous about investing that much and like, how is this gonna work? Is it not gonna work? Thank God. I still move forward, and God brought people. Yeah. Like he brings people to help you. Cause I was like, am I alone? And he's like, no, you're not. Like I have a cousin who was way ahead of me when it comes to investing. And he has places in Tampa. That's where my Airbnb is. Okay. And Florida. So he took me under his wing. Like it was like, I do have like God will provide. Yeah. So yeah, you do have to overcome fear. But I will say it wasn't a moment. It's a strategy.
Right. So it's not a moment. Ooh, wow. Wow. It wasn't a moment. It was a strategy. Yeah. Now, I'm definitely gonna go deeper on that one.
Okay.
What did God have to break or shift per se or rebuild in you to prepare you for ownership?
That's a good question, because at first I when I first heard this, I was like, oh, what did he have to? But like I said, it's a process. Sometimes God's doing something over time and you don't realize until you're halfway through.
Yeah.
But one was just stop frivolously spending.
Oof. Okay. All right.
No, seriously.
Oh.
Like I remember praying like, God, I'm making more now, but why is my savings accounts looking the same? Like I'm making more, but my savings account looks similar
to when I was.
Yeah. Like what? It's not math. Like it's not 1 plus 1. Yeah. Like why is this happening? I'm like, I tithe like pretty. Yeah. Like and he's like, that's like square one. Like you're supposed to, every dollar you have belongs to me. Yes, you're giving that away, but like, why are you wasting it here, and here? Like you're wasting it. Ask yourself, like, go look at your bank account. Because I like things like, I like acai bowls. No, I do. They're so good. They're too amazing. Expensive though, like for that. It doesn't even fill you. So like, chill on that. No, seriously. So that is something I haven't graduated. Like Paul says, I pressed
towards the mark.
Yeah. Yes.
You're talking to somebody that's watching and they're probably like, why are you in my business? Who sent you?
I'm not trying to step on any toes. You asked me the question, I'm answering
Listen, you already did. You already stepped on toes. You stepped on mine a little bit.
I'm still there. But I'm so much further than when I was where I was before.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Because a lot of times people celebrate the outcome, but they don't see the becoming. Because, and it's crazy because this just came to mind. You legit went through, like, while you were transitioning from job, you were transitioning from a partnership, right? And so now you had to go from, I'm reminded of Isaiah, right? In Isaiah 6, where he says, it was in the year that King Uzziah died that I also saw the Lord.
Oh, yes.
So
Amen.
For you, it was like, yeah, it was in the year that God yanked this from under me that I then had to be like, oh, look, here you are.
Yes.
And so in that moment, I would, I guess my question would be like, what was the hardest part of starting your own law firm? Especially like, I want to word this the proper way. Especially without having that spousal support, but like knowing a lawyer, like probably knowing several lawyers at this point, and knowing like business owners. So what was that like for you, starting up on your own?
I think, as I mentioned, so it's never overnight. It's a process. To be honest, it's exciting. It's like, wow. No, seriously.
Oh, this is good.
No, because I have been at the best. I've worked at some of the best places to work at. And I've learned a lot from the people that I worked with, brilliant people. And yet I was still like, I think I'm going to work somewhere else. Like, and then I had to realize, like, you don't want to work somewhere else. You want to do your own thing. Like, why do you want to leave this place? It's good. Like, you know what I mean? So it's exciting to have the opportunity to be more flexible with my time. To be able to come on a show like this. No, seriously, to come on a show like this and be able to say what I want to say. I don't speak for any institution. I speak for myself. That is not the case. When I worked at these places, I literally had to say, like, I had to watch what I said. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because
there are guidelines and boundaries that you couldn't cross.
And it's not that I wanted to say anything crazy or anything. It just
certain things you couldn't speak on.
There's a freedom in that. I also have, like I said, my dad is self-employed, his own law firm. My mom is self-employed, her own practice. She's an optometrist.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
So I need to go see your mom because these
Oh,
glasses.
you do. She's
These
like the
glasses
best.
are getting a little heavier.
My cousin, who's like a best friend, like a sister to all of me and my siblings, she has a very successful practice.
Okay.
My other sister's a lawyer as well. So like I have a community, and if folks are out there and they want to start something, like a law firm or any other business, like find community. I'm here. Like you know what I mean? I'll talk to anybody about like the steps that I took or that I'm taking. And I still reach out to other people that aren't in that community to learn more. So to be honest, it feels exciting. There is a strategy. There is a stability that I'm walking away from, but I walk by faith and not by sight. No, seriously.
Jesus.
Even this morning, because I'm dealing with something right now. There's a transaction happening right now. And I was like praying about it, you know, and I talked to the Lord frankly, as you guys could tell. So
we know. We know.
I just felt him saying, like, release fear, like release it.
Let it go.
Let it go. Be light. Like if okay, what does he say? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not lack. So then what am I stressing about?
Yeah.
So.
Jesus. Listen, for somebody who's tuning in, you know, I want you to know that purpose will always require a version of you that comfort cannot sustain. Purpose will require you to pull the plug on something that wasn't what's the word? That wasn't helping you grow. Because, you know, we all have seen someone on life support some way, somehow. And while pulling the plug is not easy for those of us who are on the other side, but for the person that is suffering, pulling the plug is being able to release them and letting them be and letting them go in a different way. And so purpose will always require a version of you that comfort cannot sustain. Now, we've talked about the foundation. We've talked about the work. We've talked about the pivot. Now we're going to get into the next part where we talk about the mission. Now, let's talk about what you do because, you know, the people know that you're a lawyer.
Yes.
You're an estate planning lawyer. Because this is bigger than just a business. It's more than a business. So why, I'm going to start the question like this. Why is estate planning and asset protection so important to you right now?
So thank you. So I do estate planning law and real estate law.
Yeah.
And they're very related. I think it's important because it is about legacy and sort of how to protect your legacy, how to protect and provide for your family while you're here.
Yeah.
And while you're not here for years to come.
Yeah.
And as you said, it's more than a job in a business. That is sort of like a command of the Lord. Like,
all right.
So God said he chose Abraham because how he would teach his children.
Yeah.
So like God is very generational. And I think that whether or not there are other people you might want to leave your assets to. There might be nonprofit charities you'd want to leave that to. So I think it's important for that reason. It allows you to age with dignity.
Yeah. And
it also allows you to plan and prepare for generations to come.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So what are families getting wrong about wealth? Because, you know, we hear families talk about some generational wealth, but what are they getting wrong about wealth when it comes to that point?
Well, I think it's important. I think real estate is one of the most ancient ways to build wealth for you and your household.
There you go.
So if you haven't yet, I think that should be a goal, is to own real estate. And I think and people are very comfortable. Maybe they like where they're living, where they're renting.
Mhm.
And sometimes because we live in Massachusetts where, oh gosh. Whew.
You don't gotta tell me twice.
Real estate is so expensive here.
Yeah.
It could feel like a barrier, but I think the goal is you don't have to start with $1 million home
Yeah.
at all. Start saving, start getting your credit up, have a stable source of income for at least 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and buy something.
Buy a place.
Buy something. And if you need to rent out a room because the first year or two, I did that my first home.
Mm-hmm.
We had a renter to help cover the mortgage.
Yeah. A lot of people are doing that nowadays.
They call it house hacking.
Ah.
So get real estate. A lot of people say, oh, the interest rates, or I'll wait. A lot of single women will say, I'll wait till I'm married. Don't wait. Bring money into your marriage.
Say that again. I don't
Bring
think so.
money into your marriage, whether you're a woman or a man.
There you go.
So those are some of the things that I advise. Some people won't. They're afraid of credit, so they have no credit. But it's like you have to have a credit card. Get a credit card. So that's that. So that's acquiring assets, and then how are those assets being transferred? There are ways to retain more of your assets when they're being transferred. So there are all these tax strategies that exist. And again, you are more than welcome to book a consultation with me. Now, I'm not a tax expert, but I'm an estate planning attorney. There are strategies that you could use to retain more of it for your family.
Yeah.
For instance, my Airbnb, I did a bonus depreciation. I did a cost segregation study. Y'all can look it up. But that helped me retain more of my W-2 income because of the tax benefits and strategy that allowed.
Wow.
So it's more when you first buy a house and you're renting it out, earlier on, you're not making as much.
Yeah.
But the longer you hold on to it, rent prices keep going up.
Yeah.
Your mortgage stays the same, if not gets lower, in case like you're paying PMI, that'll come off the mortgage.
Yeah.
So hold on to it. You'll see cash flow, and you have tax benefit from it right away.
There it is.
So yeah, I like real estate.
A lot. A lot.
I like real estate. Unfortunately, I feel like, I don't know, there was a Spotlight article in the Boston Globe.
Yeah.
That said the average net worth of a Black home was like $8 versus $250,000 for a white home.
Yep. Very much so.
I mean, as someone in the Black community, I feel like this is our way to catch up.
Yeah.
Is this.
Yeah.
And it impacts so many things like home ownership, because when you own a home in a community, there's a kind of vested interest that impacts what kind of businesses are around. Because you go in certain neighborhoods and unfortunately it's hard to get healthy food.
Yep.
It's dirtier versus cleaner.
Yep.
It's like what the schools, because you're thinking about the taxes. That's how we fund our schools.
Yeah.
I hate when I see in a community all of these liquor stores and smoke shops.
Listen.
And the little kids playing across the street, and they make it look fun. All these colors and lights and things like that. Home ownership is actually a strategy to fight that.
Yeah.
So
because there's a lot of that happening, and it's there's a lot more liquor stores in Black neighborhoods than there are in white ones, because I've seen a couple of white neighborhoods. Chestnut Hill is,
oh my God, I was there yesterday.
Listen,
I was like,
Chestnut Hill is like
bougie.
You can, if you find a liquor store, it's probably because it's that one liquor store that sits right there and nowhere else. You won't find too many liquor stores, like 2-3 liquor stores apart from each other.
And how does it even look too? I'm just like, some of them look like so enticing to young people. It looks different. It looks different in the neighborhood you're in.
Right.
So I'm like, this is actual spiritual warfare.
Right.
And if you are reading scripture, land acquisition
is one thing of it. Yeah.
It's talking about it from Old to New Testament.
Yeah.
Land acquisition.
Yeah.
And who owns what?
Because I remember yesterday being in Chestnut Hill, I thought it was a cafe.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really a cafe. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to go sit in here and do my work. And I walked in there and it's just straight liquor. And I said,
and it was dressed up like a cafe, hidden.
I said, oh, this is different. This is different.
You were like, I wanted a matcha night.
I really did.
Yeah.
I walked in there and I said, yeah, I'm about to walk in here, sit down, get me a little matcha, do my work. And then I walked in and the guy's like, you thought this was a coffee shop, huh? I said, yeah. Yeah. Right. He's like, no.
Meanwhile, in different zip code, it's like liquor.
Hello?
Light,
Hello?
lights, music, like come to me.
Right. And it's attractive elsewhere. And so I want to pivot to this next question. If someone is listening right now and they've done nothing to protect their assets, this is the only thing I'm going to ask that is probably legal. Mm-hmm. What is step 1 to protecting their asset?
Okay. So we are assuming that they have assets,
right,
which is very good.
Right.
So if you have an asset, like a life insurance plan, for instance, you want to make sure that you have the right person that is supposed to go to in the document. So you want to check that.
Right.
Who are the beneficiaries on your plans? So you don't even need a trust document or a will for a life insurance policy that you have, or for, say, you have a 401k or 403b or a pension. I would just go and make sure you have the up-to-date beneficiary you want to receive that.
Okay.
So that's like something you can do today. You could do that on your bank accounts too. You can put someone as the person that will be able to operate and use your bank accounts upon if anything should happen, including incapacity or you pass on. So list someone else.
Wow.
And then I would say, oh, sorry, go ahead. You said the one thing.
Continue.
So those are quick things you could do.
Continue.
You don't need to, but if you want to avoid like probate, which is like when someone passes on and then their family has to go to court. They might need lawyers, this and that. If you want to avoid that, get a trust.
Yeah.
You could also you could have a will that's quick. It's quicker to put together a will.
Yeah.
Because a trust won't include what will happen with your children, for instance, if they need a guardian.
Right.
So you should have a will as well. Like you could put together a full package. That's upon passing. There are things that happen to people when they have incapacity. So like a healthcare proxy, for instance, or a power of attorney for your finances. So those are some of the things that you
can do.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all got the free work, okay? That I asked for one and she gave y'all multiple. So just want to let you know, we giving you the freebie right here, right now. Because legacy isn't really what you leave behind, right? It's what you set in order while you're still here.
Ooh, that's
right?
good.
Because we talk about legacy. We talk about leaving, oftentimes when people hear legacy, they're like, oh, I want to leave this. I want to leave that. I want to leave this. And legacy is not about what you leave behind. It's about what you place in order. Because I promise y'all,
I'm going to use this for my marketing.
I promise y'all, doing research, while talking to Amara, I was like, let me, learn some more things. I also got into real estate, soon to become an agent. And so once that happened, as I'm learning, I'm like, hold on, you could do what? You could do where? Huh? Okay. So when you do all of those things, it sets you up so that when something happened, if something were to happen, that by the grace of God, that your family, like one of the things that made me really look deeper into planning, it's those commercials,
Okay.
right? The commercials that would come on and talk about some, you don't want your family crying, having to fight over what happens to your assets when you're gone. You
Mhm.
want your family to mourn in peace, not
Mhm.
in fight. And I'm
Mhm.
like, y'all are on to something.
That's true.
Y'all are on to something. And so therefore, we thank God that you came through and you're giving these people the work. I love this. Just so you guys know, just so you guys are aware, right? I want to make it known. Let me pull up the flyer. It's not on this one. Oh, it's on my phone. Ugh. Okay. We do have the flyer up on our, there it is, the Legacy Blueprint complimentary webinar, where none other, the one and only Miss Amara Enasike will be talking about wills, trust, and estate planning, and how to protect your assets, properties, and peace of mind. That will be on April 15th, I believe. Hold on.
Yep, that's correct.
I'm trying to figure out what day that was.
It is. I think it's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday.
Oh, it's a Wednesday. Okay,
at 6:30 after work, y'all.
Great.
Y'all should be able to make it.
So it's a Wednesday, April 15th at 6:30. Now, listen, pull up. You got to register. See the website, www.nacklaw.com. And so, none other than Miss NSEK will be there to help you with your estate planning, teach you about your wills and trust and all of these things so that you can do better in life. Like I said, because legacy is not about what you leave behind. It's what you set in order for while you're still here.
Is that copywritten?
It's not yet. Not yet. But I'll give you the free, the pass to use it.
Cool.
Now, let's bring it home for a moment because, you're a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You're a leader.
Oh.
You're a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
You're a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You're a sister.
Mm-hmm.
You're a friend.
Mm-hmm.
You're an aunt.
Yes, auntie.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Auntie.
You're a cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So you carry so many roles, right? What does that look like on a day-to-day? Yeah.
I think it looks like being a human being. I think we all carry so many different roles.
Listen, you'll be surprised.
Yesterday I was on sister auntie duty. I went out with my sister and my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I do yesterday? Yesterday was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I was working.
She said, yeah, I was just casually doing work at the crib, just so y'all know.
So it looks like what regular life looks like for every single human being.
Mm-hmm.
We all have multiple roles and we all hold them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I love all of these different roles. You said woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, I like to get dressed up sometimes. So that's fun. I'm always like, man, like it's so much funner to be because we get so many different choices. But yeah, no, it just looks like being a human being, what it looks like for everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw this here. What are the pressures that people don't see on your day-to-day as a business owner, as a leader, and even as a lawyer?
Okay. As I said, there's multiple transactions going on right now. And so it's like high pressure when you want to close on a certain day and time. And so there's that. There's just the pressure of it. And it's like choosing to trust God and walk by faith. And it's going well. But that's a pressure. I would say too, when I first became a lawyer, I didn't think I could wear my hair like this. I would apply to jobs with straight. Yeah, I would literally apply to jobs with straight hair. And then when I got it, I'm in there sorry, y'all hired me. This is it? Okay.
This is me.
Yeah. And I had a hard time. I worked at the family court. My first job out of law school was a family court judicial law clerk. So I work with 2 judges. It's very formal, jacket every day. And, you know, as a Nigerian, this is actually professional in Nigerian culture.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? This is not unprofessional at all in Nigerian
This is acceptable,
culture.
yes.
Yeah, like, I mean, the most professional women in Nigeria have braids. Sometimes they cover their hair. They get to have like
Whatever
wash
they
days.
want. Right.
Like, yeah, they get to like wrap it up and nobody has to see like, okay, she's going to wash it after work today. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they get to. So anyway, when I first became a lawyer, I was at the family court. I would change my hair. Hair today, gone tomorrow. That's how I see it. Like, you know, I might have this today, but I might not have it on tomorrow. I might have my natural hair or I might have something else.
Okay.
And my judge, they were the judge. I worked with a bunch of judges, but I worked under 2. I changed my hair, come in, and he's like,
"What is going on?"
He made these gestures. What's
all of this?
What? I was like, oh my God. I was like, I went to the salon this weekend. Like, nothing. This is not for you.
That's it. This is for me.
Like, nothing's going on. Everything's good. Like, he said it like something happened. Like, something serious happened to me. Like, that's how he was. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just out of law school, want to get a job. Like, that's it. Like, this is not for your entertainment. There used to be a store called For Your Entertainment.
Yes.
This is literally just for, nothing happened to me. This is not a topic. This was my choice. It was like, so I would say that was it was actually after that experience in that courthouse, because it wasn't just that style. It was like, you know, I was like, okay, I'm going to look vanilla. I'm just going to like have straight hair. I love straight hair, so I'm not coming at straight hair, but like I might love straight hair for a week.
Right.
I might not love it.
And then tomorrow
it's something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because living in Massachusetts, you don't know what kind of weather you'll encounter.
That too.
Yeah.
How long is it gonna last if it's straight? If you always want it straight.
Okay. Because let the heat decide. Hey y'all, I want to show up today.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a struggle for me. I would say over the years, people like Ayanna Presley, like, she was wearing braids and stuff like that. And I was just like, you know what?
And then one day she popped up balls. I said, wait a minute.
Switch it up. Hair today, gone tomorrow. Okay.
I said, oh, okay.
Right. So like, I just feel like, I think I got further in my career and realized you are a good lawyer, whether or not your hair looks a certain way or So that was a pressure point.
Okay. That's good. This next question, I had to make sure that I put it in there. How do you maintain balance with the life that you live, with the role that you play?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think right now, especially, this is a good question for me. Because before I'd be like, I just, boundaries. I just have boundaries. But now, like, it's like, it's harder when you have a lot of balls in the air. So I think what my desire is and what my goal is to continue to set time aside with the Lord each day. Like that, there's some non-negotiables, right?
Yeah.
I think the same thing with going to church each week, So I'm trying to do a little bit of a Sabbath day each week. I'm trying to do a little bit of a I'm not gonna work on this day like that. I might send one email.
That's it.
But basically, I'm choosing a day. And then after that, it feels like all bets are off. The other days is like a lot. And I think that's a season. That's a season. That's not forever.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all, she came in here spitting, and I didn't know where we were gonna get a sermon out of Amara. Maybe that might be your next venture. I'm just kidding. So here's a deep question.
Okay.
How do you protect your peace while balancing your purpose?
Protect my peace while balancing my purpose. I think there is a scripture in Colossians that says, I don't remember it exactly, but look on things that are above where Christ is, because that's where your real life is. And so I would say, like, remember this life that we are in right now is fleeting. Like, the thing that you're stressed about, does it matter in the scheme of eternity? Is it a salvation thing? Because if you ain't stressing about people being saved, then maybe you don't got a right to be stressed about that.
Hello.
No, seriously, I have to remind myself, like, this doesn't matter in eternity. I think one of the things I learned the most, like, the last couple of years, maybe the last year and a half, because people have passed away young that I know of. Like, that wasn't a part. I didn't experience that. No, I never experienced that before. Yeah. Thank God. But, like, I was seeing that. I'm like, what does this matter? Like, what does any of this matter? So that's how I protect my peace. I remember, like, if you're not stressing about salvation, you ain't got a right to be stressed.
That's it. That's it.
Because this is real.
I can't say anything else.
This is real,
that.
right?
It is. It's
this
real.
This is real.
Life,
we are going to die. Yeah, that's one thing about estate planning.
One way or another.
We are going to pass on.
Hello.
We are going to fall asleep in the Lord, hopefully. But
for those of you that don't know,
but if you fall asleep and you don't know the Lord,
what are you stressing
about? It's real. Hell is real. If heaven's real, hell is real.
Hello.
So I don't need to be stressed unless I'm sure that everybody I love and all the people God called me to are saved.
There you go. Now, because, you know, many women are building, but a lot of them are silently breaking.
Aww.
Many women are building because there are people that you don't see. You know, we don't see the tears. We don't see the sleepless nights.
Yeah.
We don't see it's not humiliation, but we don't see the anger. The holy anger. Listen, while living, I learned something about holy anger. And y'all, Bible says, be angry and sin not. So it's okay for you to be angry, but don't sin. Okay? Because like I said, many women are building, but they are silently breaking. Like it's I've seen it happen to a friend of mine where she's building a legacy. And I mean, like, you know, she has it all. You know? She could have the car, she could have whatever she wants, but silently she's breaking. And so, you know, when we talk about protecting your peace while building your purpose, I've watched her set boundaries for people that should have been able to be like, you know what, let me help you here rather than just add more to your plate.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we talked about it all. We've talked about it's almost about that time where we start wrapping up. But I can't finish without these two, because I know there's a burning question that I saw on TikTok.
Okay.
That somebody asked, and I'm like, I gotta figure out how to ease that back into the conversation. Because you mentioned, you had mentioned about, you know, the breakup and the divorce.
Yeah.
And so when you said it, I think it was like 10 minutes afterwards, I looked at the TikTok and somebody was like, so does she plan on, is she planning on getting back into the dating field? And I was like, okay. I was like, that's not my place to ask. But since we ask questions, we gonna put a pin in it and we're gonna move forward.
Okay.
So when we talk about legacy, what do you want? And I thought about this so well.
Okay.
What do you want the name Amara Enasike to represent?
Ooh, I want it to represent Jesus Christ.
Yeah. There's not much. I don't know why you're looking at me like
That's it.
you're looking at me like, should I say what? No,
Okay.
It's up to you.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Why'd you put a pin on the last question? I can answer that.
No, we're gonna come back
Okay,
to
we're
it.
gonna come back. Okay.
We're gonna come back to it
Okay.
because we're talking legacy.
Okay, legacy.
And then we're gonna come back to
it's
that.
a cliffhanger.
And so, what does generational wealth mean to you specifically?
Generational wealth. I would say it is the passing on
Mm-hmm.
of riches
Mm-hmm.
that are natural
Mhm.
and spiritual.
Love that.
So, virtues,
Hello.
like some of the best things about us are what we learned from our parents and what we saw
Yeah.
our parents do.
Mm-hmm.
And there are things are subject to being lost,
Mhm.
like homes, money, all
Mhm.
those things.
Mm-hmm.
So the spiritual virtues are far more important, and they are the ones that can get back the physical stuff,
Right,
which are
right.
important too. But I think both are very important. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay, great. Last question in the topic of legacy.
Mhm.
What impact would you like to leave or be known for in your days? The question itself is self-explanatory.
Mhm.
What impact would you want to be known for? Or do you want to leave
Yeah.
for the people?
Yeah. I want to have an impact where people will say, like, she helped me.
Mm-hmm.
She helped me see that I can own something.
Mhm.
She helped me see that I could start something and finish it.
Mm-hmm.
She sat with me when I was going through X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
She prayed with me. She showed me that Jesus was real.
Yeah.
She wasn't perfect, but she acknowledged her mistakes.
Hey, that's a lot of
She
us.
struggled with X, Y, and Z, but she was open about it.
Yeah.
She learned from her mistakes.
I'm gonna let y'all know. She don't know this. There was a season last year that I was going through, and I think I just came up to you to just say hi, and then to tell you like, hey, I'd like to have you on a show. And I remember we were having a conversation, and in the middle of the conversation, you said something to me that I went home and I wrote it down.
Oh.
Right. And I don't even think you knew that I was going through a season where I felt like a failure.
Aw.
And those words, you said those words, and on my way home, I was like, Feldini, don't cry. Feldini, don't cry. Feldini, don't cry. And because it kept playing in my head, you said, it was weird how you came up in my dream, but in the dream, I could hear God telling you that he's proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
I said, now, I went home. On my way home, I was talking to God like, now, God, I was asking you to come talk to me. And you went to talk to somebody else about me. And God had to chin check me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember later on, there was something that I was doing last year.
Mm-hmm.
And towards the end of the year, and I was like, man, I'm proud to be here.
Aw.
I'm proud to be
Amen.
here. And it was in that moment that when those words that you
Mhm.
said actually felt like I understood why he said it. And I was like, okay. You know what? Shout out to Amara. And I was like,
Hallelujah. God is good. To God be the glory.
we need more Amaras in the world.
Amen. We need more
So
Feldinis.
now let's take the pin out
Okay.
of that question
Okay.
and bring it back to you.
The dating pool. Oh my God.
It's a little.
Let me just say, I don't want to kiss any more frogs. I don't want to be kissing random people. I don't want to kiss any more frogs. I'll just say that. But I do want to be found by my husband. I do. I do want a marriage and children. No, I'm serious. I don't want any frogs. I don't want any counterfeits.
Oh man.
I don't want people to say, "Oh yeah, I'm Christian."
Oh Jesus. Jesus, there's a
Because when you said the dating pool, can it be like a dating, like not a pool, but like a
Can Can it be like a jacuzzi?
Yeah, like can it be like a tub? I just don't want to kiss no more frogs. I really don't. But I do want to be found. I do believe in love and process. I do believe that we all have room to grow.
Because Mama Nia's gone.
I know.
Mama Nia's gonna be
She's gone. Look him up and down.
Who that?
Yeah.
Where you found
She's gonna be like, that's a frog. If it's a frog, she'll let you know. But it won't be a frog in Jesus'
She gonna tell you. She gonna tell you. Mama. So Mama Nia is our. Oh man, how could I describe him? Mama Nia is the woman who at our church loves on us, but is not afraid to tell you no. She be like, she don't even have. She's one of those mothers who speak without having to say a word, because she'll
give you the side eye and gather you together. Yes,
and don't let Mama Nia do this to you.
Yep,
because then it's gonna be a conversation. So you're not. I'm sorry. I'm trying my hardest not to keep laughing at this. She said, I don't want to kiss any more frogs.
Yeah.
And so with that, are you, so this is going to be a monkey in the wrench that I'm throwing here.
Oh.
Are you currently, because we ask people, I've learned to not ask this question. Are you currently looking? Are you available to someone who's open to finding you? Or to getting to know you, because oftentimes are you looking? No, I ain't looking.
Oh no, listen. Okay, if you come correct, I'm available. He told me to look
into this camera
right there.
This one.
Listen, if you are not a frog, okay, if you are not a counterfeit, I'm like, this is my ad. This is my ad.
This is her moment.
If you are legit, okay?
Honest.
Like, legit. Honest. I'm just saying, like, you're honest. Like, you're a good human being.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm available.
There you go. So
how about that?
For those of y'all who are wondering,
I'm available.
But you got to come correct. You got to come correct.
There you go.
So, we're grateful as we're wrapping up. Man, this was fun. We got to bring you back to talk more about to talk about more about wills, plans, and trust. And so just for those of you who tuned in a little late, just want to let you guys know that Miss NSCK will be having a workshop that includes wills, trust. It's called the Legacy Blueprint. It's a complimentary webinar, meaning it's free.
Yes.
Until you sign on the dotted line and she becomes your lawyer. Complimentary webinar, wills, trust, and estate planning, talking about how to protect your assets, property, and your peace of mind. As you can tell, she don't even look like she's stressed. She gets stressed about anything. And so to register, it's 857-214-7757, or you can go to nscklaw.com, www.nscklaw.com, to be able to participate in the Legacy Blueprint webinar, which we are excited about. We are excited to see what's going to happen. I can't promise you that I'll be there, but I'm going to try my best.
You gotta be there
because that's the day before my mother's birthday, and so it's a lot.
I understand.
It's a lot. No, yeah. It's okay. Listen, I'm probably gonna make that her birthday gift. Get her to come.
Get her the Legacy
and then be like, come
Blueprint.
here, come sit down right there.
That's a good gift.
And listen. And so to all of you that are listening, that are tuned in, that are watching, y'all have a way of embarrassing me when I tell you guys to call in and, participate, but you guys are scared. And so next time she's on the show, I will make sure that you guys get time in advance. And so I'm gonna do this last thing, right? And this is what I call a fire round. I just started doing this.
Okay.
You're the first person who's able to do this.
I'm trying to be fast.
So what is one word for your journey? Blessed. Okay. What's the biggest lesson that you've learned in silence?
The biggest lesson I've learned. This is supposed to be a fire round.
You can take a minute if you need to.
Biggest lesson that I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
in silence. I do think it's still like that. This place where we are is fleeting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. What would you tell the woman that is afraid to start?
I would say you should be afraid not to start.
Okay. Finish this line for me. Purpose is
defined by God.
Last one. Legacy is.
I want to say what you said. Legacy is what you set up now. I feel like I want to steal your. Can you say it?
It's legacy is not what you leave; it's what you set in order before you leave.
Yes, that's what. That really is true.
Yeah.
So I took yours.
All right, there it is.
You asked deep questions. I thought the fire round was gonna be like ice cream.
It's supposed to be
like vanilla ice cream with chocolate.
Listen, I mean, hey, listen. Sometimes I've learned that my audience they like it when I get deep.
Okay,
and I'll be like, y'all don't want to have fun. Like, I like to go skating. I like to, you know, I like to shoot a few pool here and there.
Yeah.
You know, I like to go bowling.
I'm
some
like, man,
stuff.
that was the deepest rapid fire round questions. That was good.
And so, you know, we thank you because today wasn't just an interview; it was a mirror. It was a mirror, a reminder that purpose requires movement. And faith requires obedience, as we could see. And that legacy requires intentions. And you, my friend, have, and I know there's a lot of people that are watching on every platform that are probably thinking, man, now I gotta go sit down and think about you know, what my assets are and how do I start, you know, building assets and so that my legacy can be intact. And so, you know, with that being said, Amara, thank you for not just building a firm, but building a pathway for somebody who didn't know that they needed.
Oh, wow.
Right? You didn't just build a firm, you built a space. And even though I haven't been to NSCK Law, is it in Boston?
You gotta come through. It is in Boston.
Oh, Jesus. That means there's no parking.
Yeah, we can meet virtually. I'm very technologically.
You know, that's fine. That's fine.
We can meet virtually.
And so if you are planning a trip, next time she's on the show, we'll talk about her journey of becoming an Airbnb owner, especially within the Tampa area. I need
always
to know.
Warm.
It's y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this.
Place.
I'm gonna tell y'all this as someone who's from Florida. I'll be seeing Amara today on Sunday, and then tomorrow be on Instagram, and then Amara's like, "Come with me as I fly to Florida." I'm like, you were just here.
I be out.
You were just here yesterday.
I be out.
Sitting in church, like praising with us and everything, and now you know what, Amara, please. And so, you know, make sure that you all stay connected. I'm gonna give you this opportunity to connect, to allow everybody to connect with NSCK Law. And, you know, if we would like to reach out to you, how would we do that? You know, outside of the Legacy Blueprint, go ahead and tell us how we could reach out to you.
Yeah, I'm on social media. So I'm on Instagram, Amara for Prez.
Yeah.
With an S.
My president.
Yeah, Amara, 4 PRES. I'm starting a show with my cousin called Legal Takes. She's the attorney I told you, successful firm.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys will see that there. It's linked in my bio on my Instagram. And then obviously, yeah, you can go to NSCKlaw.com if you actually want to have like a consultation and a specialized consult on whatever issue you're going with.
Yeah.
Then you can book a consultation through my website.
All right. Well, folks, you've heard it here. Make sure you stay connected. Make sure to share this with someone who needs it if they weren't able to be here, and make sure you tune in every week on the Gospel Fans Club. And don't forget, before you move, before you decide, before you build, take a pulse check. And so next week, I look forward to having, we don't have just one, we have two guests with us next week. One of them is in state, the other one is out of state, and they will be here with us on the show. I look forward to having my good sister, Brittany Crosby, with us, and my other sister. We've been locked in for life, since COVID. She's a preacher, she's a teacher, she's a coach, she's an intimacy and wellness coach.
Oh.
And fellas and ladies, tune in next Saturday as we talk about that. We're not just talking about, intimacy and wellness, but we're talking about women going through divorce.
Okay. I gotta tune in.
We're talking about women going through divorce and carrying multiple hats and leading in multiple roles and still remaining successful. And so we look forward to seeing you all next Saturday. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube. If you're still shacking up with us, God don't like shacking up, so marry us, please, on YouTube and on Facebook, SamX Radio Station. And also don't forget that we are located at 234 West Center Street, West Bridgewater. And if you need a space for all your radio needs, all your podcast needs, SamX Radio is where it's at. So we look forward to seeing you all next Saturday from 10 to 12. And we look forward to being with you next week.
When no one else around us, we have the Gospel Fans Club. I don't care what they say, be ready to